Hi United fans, strap yourselves in and stay locked right here, because we're about to dive headfirst into one of the most jaw-dropping, conversation-starting, and frankly spicy debates Manchester United has seen in years. Make no mistake, this is huge. We're talking momentum, belief, identity, and a sudden spark at Old Trafford that feels different. So before we get stuck in, make sure you stay connected, keep following the journey, and don't miss the next update, because if this continues, we could be witnessing the beginning of something special. Now let's get straight to it. 3 league games, 3 wins, 9 points on the board. Michael Carrick has gone and done it immediately. What's even more staggering, and let that sink in, is that it took Ruben Amorim 37 league games to reach the same milestone. Unbelievable, but true. And the latest chapter? A dramatic pulse-racing 3-2 victory over Fulham at Old Trafford, under the lights, with the crowd roaring, the Stretford end bouncing, and that unmistakable feeling in the air that Manchester United are back to being box office. This wasn't just another win. This felt like a statement. The tempo, the bravery on the ball, the way United attacked with intent rather than fear, it all screamed confidence. Carrick hasn't just picked up results. He's lifted the mood, sharpened the patterns of play, and restored belief in record time. You can see it in the players' body language. You can hear it in the crowd. You can feel it when United go forward with purpose instead of hesitation. And when United legends start talking, you know something real is happening. KEANE didn't mince his words. He called the switch to Matheus Cunha the best attacking upgrade at the club in 15 years. That's not praise you hand out lightly. That's KEANE recognizing hunger, intensity, streetwise football intelligence, the kind that wins matches when things get messy. Cunha isn't just flair. He's bite, movement, aggression, and belief. Proper Premier League metal. Wayne Rooney went even further, drawing comparisons that made every United fan sit up. He spoke about Cunha, Benjamin Šeško, and Brian Mbeumo, reminding him of that iconic 2008 front line, the relentless pressing, the unpredictability, the way defenders never get a second's peace. Is it early days? Of course. But is the potential there? Absolutely. And that's what's got fans buzzing again, potential mixed with purpose. Rio Ferdinand summed up the mood perfectly. He said United fans haven't been this excited going into matchday for a long, long time. And he's spot on. There's anticipation again. There's belief again. There's that old school United feeling where you expect chances, goals, drama, and late moments. Carrick, in Rio's eyes, is changing the club from the inside out quietly, calmly, but decisively. Even Dimitar Berbatov has been pulled back into the fold, offering guidance to Šeško on movement and decision-making in front of goal. That alone tells you something. There's a culture shift happening, experience is being respected, intelligence is being shared. This is how elite clubs operate. Then there's Matheus Cunha's goal, Brazilian flair, confidence dripping from every touch. Ashley Young highlighted not just the finish, but the vision and composure in the build-up, with Casemiro threading the pass like a seasoned conductor. That's the blend United fans have been crying out for. Steel and silk, graft and grace. And what about Kobbie Mainoo? Carrick's words said it all. Confidence, belief, joy. Watching a young midfielder boss the game, demand the ball, and play with maturity beyond his years felt like a glimpse into United's future. Isn't that what this club has always been about? Fearless youth, mixed with big game mentality? So now comes the big question. The one everyone's debating down the pub, on the timeline, and in the stands. Was Ruben Amorim the problem at Manchester United? Or was this squad always capable of more, just waiting for the right voice, the right structure, the right energy? Because let's be honest, Carrick hasn't had a full preseason. He hasn't had transfer windows to reshape everything. Yet instantly, the football looks braver. The transitions are quicker, the players look freer. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens when a manager understands the club, understands the league, and understands the weight of the badge. Is Carrick benefiting from a bounce? Possibly. Is the fixture list helping? Maybe. But does that explain the clarity, the confidence, and the connection with the fans? Not entirely. There's something deeper brewing here. So I'll throw it to you, United fans. Do you agree that the previous era was holding this team back? Are we finally seeing players unlocked? Is Michael Carrick the steady hand United needed all along? Or is it too soon, too emotional, too reactionary? Drop your thoughts. Debate it, argue it. Because one thing is clear, Old Trafford is alive again.
Meanwhile,
we are breaking down Manchester United versus Fulham at the Theatre of Dreams, a match that once again reignited the never-ending debate around VAR, refereeing standards, and why it always seems to go against Manchester United. Make no mistake, this is huge. So before we dive deep into the controversy, the decisions, and that massive moment that lifted Old Trafford off its feet, make sure you stay connected, stay locked in, and don't miss any of our upcoming updates, because this season is producing drama by the minute. Now, let's talk about what really happened. And yes, let that sink in. From the very first half, Old Trafford could feel it, that familiar tension, that uneasy feeling, that United weren't just playing Fulham, but also battling the officials. The first flashpoint arrives and suddenly the entire stadium erupts. Bryan Mbeumo drives into the box, shifts the ball across his body, and as clear as day, a Fulham defender comes through him, late, clumsy, reckless. In England, in Sunday League, in the Premier League rulebook, that is a foul. Anywhere else on the pitch, the whistle goes instantly. But inside the box, silence. The referee waves play on. VAR checks, VAR watches, VAR pauses, and then VAR decides. No penalty. Unbelievable, but true. How can a defender miss the ball, take the man, and somehow escape punishment? United fans were left asking the same question we've asked all season. What exactly is VAR for if not moments like this? Is consistency dead? Or does it simply disappear when the shirt is red? And just when you think surely lightning can't strike twice, it does. This time it's Matthias Cunha, electric, sharp, dangerous, whipping in a vicious cross from the right side near the byline, the kind of ball defenders hate, the kind of delivery that causes chaos. A Fulham defender panics, grabs, pulls, and drags Cunha down inside the box. No ambiguity, no debate. The referee points straight to the spot. Penalty. Justice. Old Trafford roars. Finally, common sense. But wait, VAR steps in again. The screen flickers. The referee is called over. Another long delay. Another forensic breakdown of a moment that needs no microscope. And then, the decision is overturned. Penalty denied. Again. Let that sink in. Even after the referee gives it live, VAR finds a way to strip United of another clear spot kick. Why? How? On what planet is pulling a player down in the box not a foul? United fans across England and beyond were asking the same thing. Would that decision be overturned at the other end? Would it be clear and obvious if the roles were reversed? And yet, this is Manchester United. This club refuses to fold, refuses to hide, refuses to be silenced by injustice. Moments later, United are awarded a free kick just outside the box, and you could feel it. That collective intake of breath, that belief, that Old Trafford magic. Bruno Fernandes, ice cold, scans the box, delivers a pinpoint ball with pure quality, pure class, pure leadership. And there he is, Casemiro, rising like a warrior, meeting it with authority, thundering the header home. 1-0. Pandemonium, relief, rage mixed with joy, a goal born out of defiance. A reminder that even when decisions go against United, this club finds a way. But let's be honest, should United have needed that moment just to stay level? Shouldn't we have already been 2 goals up from the penalty spot? This is where the bigger conversation starts, and this is where opinions matter. Why does VAR feel harsher on Manchester United? Is it unconscious bias? Is it incompetence? Is it inconsistency? Or is it simply that the laws of the game are now being interpreted differently depending on the badge? Week after week, fans see similar incidents given elsewhere. Yet when it comes to United, the bar is raised, the microscope is tighter, and the benefit of the doubt disappears. United fans don't ask for favours, they ask for fairness. They ask for consistency. They ask for the same standards applied across the league. Is that too much to ask in the so-called best league in the world? So let me ask you, Reds were those 2 penalty stonewallers. Did VAR once again overstep its role? Should the referee have stuck with his original decision on Cunha? And how many times this season have we walked away saying, United were robbed? Drop your thoughts, your analysis, your opinions. Get involved. This debate matters because if these decisions keep happening, they shape seasons, titles, and legacies. Yes, United found a way today. Yes, Casemiro delivered when it mattered. But make no mistake, the conversation around VAR and Manchester United is far from over. Stay with us, stay vocal, and stay united. Meanwhile, according to reports filtering out of Germany, Manchester United remain in daily contact with RB Leipzig over the Ivorian talent Yan Diomande. And yes, you heard that right. United are pushing early because they know exactly how this game works. Diomande's explosive style, sharp movement, and fearless approach on the ball have caught the eye at Old Trafford, and insiders believe the club want to strike before the usual pack of elite European clubs circle in. United are desperate to avoid a messy bidding war, and honestly, who can blame them? We've seen this story before. Wait too long, and suddenly the price rockets. From my point of view, this is smart, proactive recruitment, something fans have been crying out for. The big question is, will United move decisively, or will hesitation cost them again? Can Diomande be moulded into that electric crowd-lifting player under the lights of the Stretford end? Let that sink in. Now, let's clear up one of the wildest rumours doing the rounds, and thankfully, Fabrizio Romano has shut it down in emphatic style. Reports claiming Bruno Fernandes offered himself to Real Madrid are, in Fabrizio's words, 100% fake news. No grey area, no maybe, just nonsense. Romano made it crystal clear. Bruno didn't offer himself to Madrid, wouldn't offer himself to anyone, and remains fully focused on Manchester United. Yes, Bruno has interest from Saudi, from top European clubs, but that's what happens when you're an elite footballer. For me, this matters massively. Bruno is still the heartbeat of this side, the one demanding standards when others go missing. Losing him would be seismic. So ask yourself this: can United really afford to let their captain walk at a time like this? Or should the club be building around him instead of constantly fighting fires? Off the pitch, emotions are running high, and Michael Carrick addressed the planned protest ahead of the Fulham match with real class. He made it clear that it doesn't affect the team, while also showing total respect to the supporters. Carrick spoke about the special connection that's grown between fans and players over the past few weeks, and he's right, you can feel it. But let's be honest, United fans are hurting. Protests against the Glazers and Sir Jim Ratcliffe aren't about noise for the sake of it. They're about identity, DNA, and standards. Supporters want their club back. Proper football men running the show. Clear direction, ambition. So here's the uncomfortable question. Can unity on the pitch survive continued chaos off it? And will the people upstairs actually listen this time? In quieter but equally important news, Joshua Zirkzee has told Manchester United he wants to stay. Despite all the January rumours, despite the noise, the player is committed. And I respect that. In a modern game where heads turn quickly, that loyalty matters. From my perspective, this is a big positive for Carrick. Zirkzee offers something different: link-up play, intelligence, presence. Maybe he hasn't fully clicked yet, but development takes time. The bigger issue is, will United give him the platform to succeed, or will patience once again run out too quickly? Meanwhile, behind the scenes, United have tested the waters with Brighton over Carlos Baleba. But, as expected, Brighton have shut the door firmly for January. Not for sale. End of discussion. Summer, however, is a different story. According to reports, that's when talks could reopen. Baleba is the sort of midfielder who eats up ground, breaks lines, and gives you energy, exactly what United lack at times. But here's my concern. Will United act early in the summer, or will Brighton once again dictate the terms and the price? We've seen how ruthless they are in the market. In other side, the story that will split opinion right down the middle. Michael Carrick would like to bring Marcus Rashford back to Manchester United if he remains head coach beyond this season. Now this is fascinating. Carrick knows Rashford. He understands him. He trusts him. And let's not rewrite history at his best. Rashford changes games. Pace, power, confidence, goals. The problem has always been consistency and environment. So I'll ask you directly, United fans. Does Rashford deserve another chapter at Old Trafford under Carrick? Or is it time for a clean break? Because if Carrick stays, this decision could define his reign. In other previous news, according to reports coming out of Carrington and echoed by multiple trusted voices around the club, Michael Carrick has been pushing hard behind the scenes for Hayden Hackney. This is not a random name pulled out of thin air. This is Carrick's midfielder, a lad he knows inside out from Middlesbrough, a player raised on responsibility, positional discipline, and proper English midfield graft. At 23, Hackney fits that sweet spot United desperately need. Young, hungry, technically sound, and brave on the ball. He's comfortable receiving under pressure, he can dictate tempo, shuttle between the lines, and crucially, he understands when to keep it simple, something United's midfield has lacked far too often. Valued at around £30 million. This isn't a Galactico headline grabber, but sometimes football isn't about fireworks, it's about functionality.